Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Monday morning meditation, or whenever you happen to listen back to this. I know 8:20 is quite early for lots of us, and that depends where you are around the world as to whether that's really early for you or not. So today we're going to do some somatic work, and what that means is we're going to go into our bodies a little bit more to see if we can hear what they're expressing. Now, the reason I've sort of selected for that today is because we're literally on the cusp of Mabon, which is our autumn equinox, the time when everything is in perfect balance. So we've got equal night and equal day. So it's a really good time to look at how we can rebalance everything in our life. And when we look at things from an energetic perspective, we recognize that there is a balance of the inner masculine and feminine within ourselves. So that kind of side of us that is the logical, reasoning, strategic, planning, stable, providing stability within our life type, that side of us that creates that kind of safe space for us to show up. And then there's the feminine of the flow, the creation, the intuitive, emotional wisdom that comes through with the feminine side. So it's bringing those two aspects into balance. We're also looking at how we, the stuff that we create up in our superconscious, the bit where we're our highest frequency of divine wisdom, all those ideas that we have way up there, that we are connecting to them and bringing down the highest and best of those into our physical body, because it's very easy to pull out of other sources and kind of bring in a right mismatch of old stuff that isn't necessarily in line with our purpose. So we're looking at the balance of the as above, so below. And then we're also looking at our as within, so without. So if we've got a mismatch of emotions going on and we're not really aware of our internal landscape, what we'll do is we'll project that onto our external, and that then becomes and perpetuates any forms of chaos, or what we're seeing in our environment is sort of parts of us that are either clearing or stuff that's reflecting back to us. So when we look at saying we're looking to become more peaceful and create a state of happiness, we're really playing with all those themes to bring them into a state of our, to bring them into our conscious awareness, so that we can actively seek that balance. And through channeling our clear vibrations, we reach a state of more equanimity within, and that sense of blissfulness and peace. So to do that today, we're going to connect with the light of Reiki, which will beautifully help. Like with Reiki, what that will do with any of the work we do, it acts like a catalyst. It really ensures that we are connected to our highest and greatest purpose and good. So that only the good stuff we're pulling in, and it really acts like a natural generator of unconditional love and divine purpose surrounding our aura, which ensures that we are deeply protected, and it gives us some sort of insights as to where we might want to make any changes. So that helps to support our practice. And the somatic work, I'm calling it, sounds very posh, just really what we're essentially doing is going into our bodies to have an idea of the sensations that are happening in there. Now, often, because of the way that our society leads us to be and believe, we spend a lot of time in our heads intellectualizing or thinking things, and even more so, trauma of any sort that resides in our body tends to get overlooked. And trauma can be really tiny things that aren't even, that we might think wouldn't matter to us at all, like maybe having had a raised word once when we were little. It really depends on our perspective, or it could be something really, really quite traumatic. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to go and revisit those things, but what happens is those things leave a little memory of an imprint of their energetic resonance within our body. If we've had fear around something, and we build on that fear and keep perpetuatingly showing up through that lens, and that in turn can create behaviors and habits and powerful belief systems that prevent us from seeing outside of this particular frame of reference. So it can be very limiting as to how we show up on the planet. So when we do this work of leaning into our body and feeling the sensations that our body's saying, right, today at Mabon, on this time of equanimity and balance, my body is showing me this. We can then start to hear our bodies and allow our bodies to share with us the sensations, and rather than running away from them and trying to get out of our body and into our head and try to write about it and get away from it all, as in sort of focus on something else and move on, thus repressing those sensations, it allows us to very gently, bit by bit, start to connect with those emotions, sit with them. And that we say emotion, it's a sensation more. Sit with the sensation and thereby witness it. And we just begin to recognize it purely as a sensation. And over time, that helps to let these sensations pass through us. And with the help of Reiki and our focus of attention today, there will be some that release and go. And this little bit of work makes a big difference because it shifts our ability to pull in more of stuff that we are aligned with and release stuff that perhaps is just holding us a little bit stuck. And then over time, we can actually start to bring that into movement. We can often move things around physically with our body by paying focus of attention to what's going on inside us as we do so. And we can even bring it into our everyday moments. So literally as we're speaking to people and as we're moving through our day, driving or whatever we're doing, we're saying, oh, hang on, my shoulders are tight. Let me just lean into that and just have a word with that sensation till it releases. And we can prevent the buildup of stress happening. So we can start to prevent triggers from our external environment affecting us so much. So that's why we're going to have a little go at we do often this anyway, but we're going to lean into that specifically today with Mabon and look to doing more of this work specifically in the next few weeks. And it's not something that's particularly new to you because it's something we do with all of our Reiki meditations and have been doing. We're just putting a little bit more of a focus on that. Almost empowering ourselves a little bit more in that way. So that's the backstory. If you're still with me, then well done. So as I say, it's recorded, so you can go over it again, or you might want to look up a little bit more about the somatic work yourself so you can understand it on a deeper level. But remember, intellectualizing things doesn't help massively. What really works is going ahead and doing it. So I invite you now to take a deep breath and just start to connect through that breath with your body. I'm going to go take that inward step to connect with the inner landscape. And at that point, you might want to close off your eyes to help to make that really a bit louder for you. And if at any point, you may find during this process that your body throws you back out, or at least your head jumps you back out of your body, because it can be uncomfortable to sit with some sensations. And actually, for a lot of us, and if we're in busy workspaces, we will end up getting bounced out because other things come in to take our attention. And that is really normal. And it's your ego, and by ego, I just mean your sense of self. It's your self's way of sort of protecting you, because this is a natural coping system. This is what we have as humans to help us cope. So at that point, just go without any judgment, just go gently back with that lovely, curious mind back into body. So go really easy on yourselves with this exercise, because you never know each day what state you're going to be in and what's coming up for you. So it's nice to just give yourself that sense of ease. So first pace when we get inside is to just focus a little bit on our breath. This breath is our life force energy. Just start to tune in. Feel the coolness of the breath as it passes through your nostrils. Now it warms up as it gently moves down into your lungs. Just observe the breath, gently focusing, being curious about the sensations that it provides to your body. How it naturally expands your lungs. And upon completion of a cycle of breath, it naturally withdraws itself and expels outwards. And the air release feels warm. It may feel differently for you. Just recognize any difference in sensation between the incoming breath and the outgoing breath. Observing the passage of air throughout your body. And if your mind competes for attention, that is really okay. Just as soon as you become aware of that, just tune back in to the sensations of your breath. And this breath is your prana. This is your life force energy. It's neutral, but it is affirming. And this is your point of existence. The connection that speaks in quite a loud way to your beingness on the planet. Just allow yourself to experience this breath. Maybe bring a gentle sense of warmth and gratitude for that gift. That's happening so unconsciously. And then let go of that and allow yourself to simply be present with it once again. Natural flow. Just starting to take a little bit of control over the breath now, allowing the chest to go wider with every breath. And getting the sense that with the in-breath, it broadens. The whole of that chest cavity. And you may even pause for a few seconds before releasing. And there's 2 more rounds. Now we're going to take the breath more deeply. I'm going to take the breath right down into the abdomen. Feeling the expansion in your belly as the breath fills your body. Gently encouraging it out. Your belly contracts and helps to expel the air. Taking that in-breath right down deep. Helping us to really connect our breath to the fullness of our core and trunk. Taking that breath deep down, right into the lower areas of our abdomen. And just take 2 more, these beautifully life-affirming breaths. Now allow your body to draw your attention to wherever it needs your focus right now. Where in your body, what sensation is there for you? Sit with. Might just be a part of you somewhere where there's a tingling. Perhaps there's a slight sense of contraction. Little spot of tension, some fluttering. Anything that feels slightly different to the complete serenity of breath. If there's nothing immediate that comes up for you, just choose somewhere to focus on. It will always be right for you. Just allow focus of attention to come to that space. Sit with that. Just be curious about the sensation. Consider whether perhaps it has any shape to it. And just listen deeply with your full attention. Anything that this body part has to speak to you. And if your mind gets distracted, just gently come back to that space. And allow yourself to be curious. Your mind begins to write a story about what's happening in this space. Just recognize that that is your thinking brain gently guiding you away from your body. You just let it go and gently bring your attention back to that body space. Just to experience the sensations of being here in this body space. It could be anywhere in your body. Just see if it's emitting any sort of sound. Assess whether there's any temperature to it. Does it feel like perhaps it would be a warm feeling, or is it a cold? Is it ice hot, ice cold? This focus of your attention is already like a beautiful blanket of love. The body just desires to be heard. Just every part, like every part of you and us, it's all about validation and being heard and a sense of belonging. And just what we're doing is providing that now to our body, opening up our heart chakra, feeling love and bringing it with us to this space. Allowing the body to express itself fully to us now. We invite the light of Reiki, the Holy Fire, to join us and surrender any part of this exercise and these sensations that are not part of our story moving forward. To clear, to elevate it to the third heaven. And we just sit and remain in a pure and balanced state, the gentle focus of attention. On that space. And be willing to let it go. And to connect to that beautiful sensation in the belly of relaxation. With our breath, so that we breathe into that space, the light and love. And sense of surrender. Now, the Reiki, just gently bringing in its love, and our focus and attention just go to that space again to bring our love and healing. To ensure that we are free to move forward, not being drawn back into old ways around this space. To this more healed part of us. And just allowing any sensations to stay with us or go as they choose. It's remaining deeply curious and staying with our bodies for as long as we can. Gently breathing into the space that we've aligned with. And trusting that this attention and this curiosity and this breath of life, this deep somatic connection, will allow shifts throughout our body and our conscious awareness that will help to bring gentle shifts of positive change to our inner and outer work, knowing that it will bring in our highest frequencies in that space. And a balance between our masculine and feminine aspects. As all of these things gently align with every little aspect of this work that we do. Gently now, allowing your focus to return to your breath. And we thank the light of Reiki for its support and guidance. And just allowing our breath to return to completely its normal self. Recognizing the amazing power that our breath has to ease our body and release tensions. Remembering that we can return to this space at any point. And as you bring your focus now up to your eyes, just going to go hands into Gasho by means of a way of thanking the universe for the time we've had together. And for the time we have had within, all the help that we've received from all dimensions. And as you slowly bring your eyes back to the room, if you wish, or you can stay with eyes closed, just taking your hands in prayer position above your head, reaching up into your auric field, it's the greater part of your body, and just turning the palms outwards and moving the hands around your aura, just gently bringing all that light you are channeling around to your center, just below your rib cage. And then gently sending that energy down to earth, down through your legs, down to Mother Nature, just connecting your higher self with earth and all of your body. So we're bringing in those beautiful gifts and sending them down through our bodies to help us to really stabilize. And we're just doing that 3 times. Magic number 3. To create that gentle habit and that gentle consistency. And then as you come back into your space, just taking that moment to thank yourself inwardly for some really deep self-nurturing and for taking that time to go inward and be with your body. Allow yourself to experience some of the peace that brings. And I'm going to end the recording now and say I shall see all of you next time. Hope you enjoy catching up on here. And next week we'll continue on similar themes. Have a great Mabon.